Hey guys, so tonight we're going to be playing some more Diablo 4. It's Thursday night, so we're back to the normal schedule, at least for now. Last night I streamed Motorfest because they were doing like scheduled maintenance for Motorfest on Tuesday night when I had planned to stream it. So I ended up doing Elden Ring on Tuesday and then Motorfest last night, so just kind of swapped those two streams. Also, funnily enough, both of those streams back to back crashed at the end. So I don't know what's going on lately. I guess my internet's kind of bad. Maybe it gets weird in the morning. I don't know. But yeah, both of my last two streams crashed when I was talking to people in chat as well. So, you know, it's just like when the stream crashes like that, especially when I'm planning to end soon anyways, like it's one thing if the stream crashes a lot earlier, which in some ways is more annoying, but usually if that happens, I'll start up a new stream, you know? If my stream crashes and I've only been live for half an hour, I'll usually start another one and call it like a part 2. But if I've already been live for over an hour and then the stream crashes, then it's like, you know, I don't bother starting a new one because I was going to end soon anyways. But, yeah, hopefully tonight's stream will not crash like that because it is getting pretty annoying. It's been happening at least once a week probably for the last few months, which isn't great. Also, for like the last week, I guess, I've been starting all my streams like super late. My average time to start streaming has been like 6 or like 6:30. Tonight it's 5:30, so it's a little bit earlier, and it's actually still kind of dark outside. I think it's because maybe it's a cloudier day. But yeah, I have the lights off, and obviously it looks pretty dark on my face cam, so yeah, I guess there's kind of a big difference between 5:30 and 6 when it comes to outside light. Anyways, so obviously now we're going to focus on Diablo, because that is what is happening tonight. There's some stuff going on in this game. So I just got this pop up here as I opened the game, which we'll take a look at. And lower my phone brightness as well. Save battery. Okay, no one's in chat yet, but I'm pulling up the stream on my phone. Let's hope it's good. Alright, yeah, the stream is up. Diablo 4 and Chill. Okay, so another kind of problem that we've been having lately is my headset. There's something up with it. I've had it for a long time, so it could be due to, you know, it just being old, I don't know. But a lot of people say it sounds like there's kind of like strain on the cord or whatever. I've listened to it as well. That's what it sounds like. Yeah, occasionally my mic will go weird, and there's no way for me to tell, because in terms of just the headphones part of my headset, it's perfectly fine. There's no issue with the audio for me. But people in chat usually tell me when the mic is not sounding good. So with no one in chat right now, I just gotta hope that it's not doing that while I'm talking, because otherwise it's, you know, you're not really gonna understand what I'm saying. So hopefully no mic issues tonight, or if there are, maybe just, you know, very little. As long as it's not happening like all the time, I guess it's not the end of the world. Anyways, this is what's going on in Diablo right now. So the last 2 weeks, I guess, the last two streams I did on this game, there was a Berserk event, which I think 2 weeks ago I wasn't really, I didn't really clue into the fact that it was about the Berserk anime, which we figured out last week. So they had an event in this game that was themed around the Berserk anime. They even had like skins in the shop of Berserk characters and stuff. So yeah, unfortunately I didn't really get anything done with that event. It was kind of, it was short and I don't play this game that much, so I didn't get to see too much of it. But now we have a new event. And it says anniversary celebrations arise. Celebrate 2 years since the Blessed Mother's return to Sanctuary. Which I think just means 2 years since Diablo IV released, right? That's what I think. I got this game basically a year ago. I got this game around right after my birthday last year, so end of May. And then I was probably playing it quite a bit through June, which we're now in June 2025. So I guess this game released on June 2023. And it's, there's all sorts of event stuff going on, so hard to tell if we'll find benefit in that or not. Because I'm definitely not playing this game hardcore right now. We've just kind of been lightly going through it. Now, there's something kind of tragic that happened at the end of my last Diablo stream. And I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be able to reverse it. I know I said that I was going to look it up and find out, but I didn't even get to it, I forgot to do that. I forgot I was going to do that, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be irreversible. When I first came back to this game, which was about a month before I started streaming it again, I bought the Vessel of Hatred DLC, and I made this new character, Spiritborn, and I wanted to replay through the main campaign, just from scratch, a scratch character. And they offered me some sort of like welcome back bonus thing, where I could get my character to level 50 right away and get a bunch of gear and everything. And I opted out of it. I didn't want to do that. And then last week, when I last streamed this game, there was an NPC, I think, in kind of like the main like wardrobe building. And I guess I kind of mistook what that NPC did. I didn't realize what I was accepting. I thought it was something else. I ended up doing that thing where it just automatically shoots your character to level 50. So my Spiritborn was only like level 23, 24. Like we weren't even halfway there yet. And now I'm level 50 and it just gave me a bunch of crap. And that was like right before I was about to end the stream too. So it's really kind of annoying actually. I don't think it ruins the story. Like I think we're still going through the campaign and all the missions. But it certainly ruined the progression with my character. I mean, now I'm just going to have like a ton of skill points that I don't even know what to do with. It changed my gear and stuff as well. It gave me like a bunch of legendary gear, but that changes, everything that I had equipped, so I'm really, really annoyed about it, but...
Salutations, Wanderer. Come and don the mantle of history's champions.
Yeah, that was a dumb mistake on my part, and I'm pretty sure there's no way for me to reverse that. And obviously I'm not going to go and make another new character now. We're just going to... If it can't be reversed, then we're going to have to just keep playing with my character, which is now level 50. And I mean, I can spend like a few skill points, but I don't even want to like just go spend 20 plus skill points right now, Like that's not something I want to do. So I'll do like some minimal upgrading and looking at new stuff. And then everything else we'll just kind of do with time, I guess. Maybe I'll do like 1 or 2 new skills each time I stream or whatever and kind of make it feel like I'm still leveling up. I don't know. And yeah, so they used to have this system in this game that was called Paragon points that you would get once you hit level 50. So all of my original classes I got to level 50 except for Rogue. So Rogue I have at level 48, but all my other classes are level 50. And the 113 I'm pretty sure just means like overall like player level or realm level, maybe. I'm not really sure. But yeah, once you hit level 50, then you go into Paragon points, which kind of aren't as good as the upgrades you get with the skill points. But as far as I know, they're kind of like infinite, right? There's just a bunch of upgrades to like base stats and stuff. So I don't know. I feel like they changed it. I don't even know if Paragon points are in the game anymore. I feel like they changed a lot of stuff in the last year, and they've maybe changed how the whole end game system works after you reach level 50. Because I remember with my Barbarian, Deathbringer, I think it said that I had him at like level 70 or whatever. Even though level 50 was max, it's like I got an additional 20 levels with the Paragon points or whatever, so... If they did change that system, I don't even know what that looks like now. What happens past level 50? What does XP go into? Anyway, so we're gonna hop in with Shadowfang. And I'm gonna need to look at stuff before we start playing and like figure out what the hell to do because yeah, I accidentally screwed myself over last stream. Right, I screwed what I was trying to do, which was trying to take this game slowly again and go through it from scratch. But now this character's maxed out, and we're still in the early stages of the campaign, which I think all enemies scale with you in this game, so like, if I don't spend all my skill points, maybe it's gonna seem pretty hard, I don't know. Whatever. Let's load in. Alright, here we are. So this is the dreaded building where everything went wrong. So yeah, I know I didn't mess with the campaign or even my side missions or anything, it just messed with my character and how strong my character is. It says that I only have 7 points, but I was like level 24, I should have like 26. So I'm not sure why it says I only have 7 points. We'll have to figure that out. Yeah, so this is all the gear that I did have equipped, which now sucks, obviously. All this gear is terrible compared to the new stuff that I just got. Everything is going to be, you know, 600 plus item power. Okay, at least the weapon has the same attribute with Rake manifesting the Spirit Jaguar. It's actually worse though. It's 142% base damage. On this one it was 148. Also I gotta take the gems and we're gonna move the gems around. Maximum ferocity increased. Okay. Most of the stuff I'm not really sure what it means, to be honest. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna have to get used to all this new legendary gear. Obviously my attack, power, armor, life is all way higher than it was, like 10 times higher. Those numbers are literally 10 times up. Refunds all of your allocated skill points and Paragon points. So that doesn't, unfortunately, that's not going to reset me to, you know, whatever level I was last stream, 23, 24. I'll still be level 50, this just gives you all your points. Also, I guess Paragon points are still in the game. But I won't have any yet on this character because we're level 50. Level 50 was as far as this welcome back bonus brings you, I guess. Anyways, I gotta like desocket the gems and then move them to my other stuff. And then this we haven't even done yet. Spirit Hall, which I should have this now by level 50, but obviously at level 20, whatever, I hadn't done this yet. And yeah, why does it oh, you know what? I only have 7 available points because it changed all of my skill points as well. It changed all of my skill points. I'm actually going to have to use that scroll. I think I am actually going to use it. So it's automatically gone and spent, I guess, 43 or 42 of my points. If you start at level 1 and you go to level 50, I guess you get 49 main skill points. So it's left me with 7 for some reason, but it basically spent 42 of my skill points on stuff that is not the same as how I had it upgraded. I had things differently. I had this vortex ability. Like, it's fully changed my build. So yeah, this is really upsetting, man. I was pissed last week when I did that by accident. Once I realized what I did, because it screwed things so badly. Alright, we need to desocket the gems first things first, and then I guess we can scrap all this old gear. And then I'm gonna get all my skill points back and respend them how I want. We're gonna just do a new build right now. I'm basically gonna reacquire every skill that I did have before, plus a few new things. We'll have the new general passive or whatever. Okay, Zavek. I don't need you right now, I need Kradia.
I have many fine pieces, rare and beautiful.
Yeah, I need you to unsocket all of my gems. Okay, that should be good. There's only one thing worth salvaging here. So what is that? That's a new aspect. Okay. New aspect, but not a transmog. That's what that symbol means. Boneweave gauntlets of pestilence. Yeah. Okay, and I think even these unique boots we're just gonna sell. Yeah, right? Like, do you get anything special for salvaging unique gear? I don't think so. I already have the attribute with this. The Trail of Frost or whatever, so I guess we'll sell the rest of that. Sell it all. Alright. That's all sold. Now, I have my gems. So I gotta remember what I had this all socketed in now. Obviously we have a lot more. So, putting the chipped skull in your jewelry gives you armor. Weapon is life on kill. And armor is healing received. Topaz. Basic damage on the weapon. Intelligence for armor. Lightning resistance on jewelry. Topaz we definitely want on the weapon. 10% increase basic damage. That's going on the weapon for sure. I have 2 chipped diamonds. Ultimate damage on weapon. +4 all stats on armor. Resistance to all elements on jewelry. Okay, we probably want this in armor. Yeah, let's put one in the helmet and one in the torso, I guess. Okay, that's more stat increases. Ruby. Overpowered damage on weapon. Strength on armor. Fire resistance on jewelry. Okay, I'll take the strength, so we'll put that on armor as well. We'll put the ruby on the... actually, this helmet is the highest level. The torso and the legs are 596, but the helmet's 602, so I might have that longer. Just put the ruby there with the diamond. Okay, so I have diamond and ruby in my armor, topaz in the weapon, and then for the chipped skull, I think I did have this in jewelry. But now I have quite a bit of armor, I mean 700. This might be better just on the weapon for life on kill. I think that'll be cool, right? Plus 2 isn't much, now that I have 662 life, but it's fine. It's plus 2 life on kill. I mean, sometimes you're killing hundreds of enemies in a few minutes, so... Yeah, let's put that in the weapon. War Crest of Wild Claws. Okay. That's all the gems. So, of course there's other stuff that we can do as well. I remember on my maxed out characters, there was so much I was doing with armor, because I was going and tempering everything. So I don't think these have been tempered at all. They all have attributes, obviously, because they're all legendary. But yeah, like you can switch the aspects, which are kind of more the base buffs that you get from the gear. And then you can temper, so you can add stuff onto it as well. Plus socketing gems, and there's just a lot of stuff you can do to your gear. Even though we have like a level 50 build now, this is still only about halfway. Probably as good as we can get. Actually, yeah, like we can definitely get way stronger than this. I think on my barbarian I had my attack power at like 3,000. So I think you can get way stronger than I am even now. But this'll do for the meantime. So I'm gonna go ahead and use that scroll. I mean, I only have one of them, but I'm never gonna use this another time, right? Let's use the Scroll of Amnesia. Refunds all of your allocated skill points and Paragon points. Yeah. Give me all the skill points back. I'm gonna do everything from scratch again. Boom. Yeah, it just dropped all my attacks that I had. Okay, so we were doing this from the beginning. I have 56 available points. So I guess you do have even more than 50. Maybe I have 7 extra points somehow. I'm not sure how. Because yeah, it should be 49, and I guess whatever build thing I selected when I did the welcome back bonus thing, it spent 49 points and I still had 7. So now I have 56. Okay, we're gonna spend like maybe 30 of them. Like I'm not spending all the points right now. I'm gonna do what I had. So I had Thrash as my basic attack, which is a pretty good one. Yeah. Okay, so this we can just like max out. We can just max out the basic attack. Enhanced Thrash. And yeah, accelerated Thrash, I believe. Yeah. Accelerated Thrash. Okay, so we got a strong basic. We're gonna have a strong core as well. Rake, which has 1 bonus point, so this is gonna be 6 out of 5. So it has a bonus point on one of the gear pieces I have, I guess. Enhanced Rake. Hitting at least one enemy with a Rake reduces your longest active cooldown by 0.5 seconds. Rake's vigor cost is reduced by 2 per stack of ferocity you have. I don't even know which one of these is better. This one's probably better. Rampant Rake. In most cases, this is just going to reduce the cooldown of my ultimate by half a second, which really doesn't matter. Yeah, let's do this. Rampant Rake. Okay, now as for passive things here, what was I going with? Yes, follow through. We can just do all 3 on that. We might actually spend more points than I think here, but still not going to be all of them. Yeah, so we'll get follow through so that the basic attacks are doing a bunch of damage. I'm going to want my vortex back. I liked this. Okay. Do we want replenishing vortex or measured vortex? Oh wow, that's actually pretty good. So critical strikes with vortex reduce its cooldown by 1 second. But if I have a barrier, this is 300% additional damage. So it's doing 4 times damage and knocking enemies down for 3 seconds. Yeah, I want that. Okay, what about passives here? Focal point, Mirage. Don't think I was upgrading those. Okay, for our defensive skill, I had the Scourge. And then do we want adaptable Scourge? Or reinforced Scourge? Probably adaptable Scourge. Yeah, I'd say so. What about passives here? Endurance. Patient Guard. Yeah, this is a good one. Let's upgrade Patient Guard. Bastion. Auspicious. I think I was upgrading Auspicious as well, actually. And this works with Barrier. Let's just max that too. Okay, we got 19 points left. Potency skills. So I was actually thinking about maybe changing this one. I had the Touch of Death, which was fun, but I don't know how good it is really. Maybe I'll look at that last. The ultimate that I was going with was the Protector. It's the Gorilla ultimate, which I don't have any other Gorilla attacks, but this ultimate seems like the best one. It's just really good. I think I tried the Jaguar one as well, and I think I've seen videos of the other ones too, but the Gorilla one just seems like the best. So we'll max that out. I was going with the passives on it too. Resolution. Spiritual attunement. Okay, I might need to actually de-upgrade a few of the passives because we're actually about to run out of points. I guess I'm just spending all of them now. Sustenance. Okay, oh, this is maximum vigor. Yeah, we definitely want that. Max vigor while I have ultimate skill equipped. Yeah, that's like a no-brainer. Supremacy. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna upgrade this one once. And then maybe I'll take 2 upgrades off of this one. Because maybe it's not as good. This one's the best. Spiritual attunement. Yeah, 30 max vigor, which is basically the stamina with this class. Okay, so we'll do that. That's maxed out. And then this is like the key passive, which I hadn't made it to the key passive yet. I'm not sure how many more levels I needed. I think like level 27 or 28 gets you your key passive. Seems a bit strange. But yeah, I was like level 24 I think, and I think I needed like a few more for the key passive. So I remember these being great on all the other classes, obviously. With the welcome back, build or whatever, I think it equipped to this one. So are these don't look like they're tied to each of the 4 spirits for Spiritborn. Like the gorilla, the jaguar, the centipede, and the hawk or the eagle. These don't seem tied to the 4 beasts. So I guess these are just kind of more general. Vital strikes. You deal 80% increased damage to vulnerable enemies. Okay, that seems good, but I don't know if we're making enemies vulnerable a lot. Adaptive stances. Base spirit of a skill cast grants Okay. So whenever I use an Eagle skill, which is my Vortex, I get 30% movement speed. Gorilla skill would be my ultimate, 30% damage reduction. Jaguar, which are my base and core skills, 30% attack speed. That's really good. And Centipede, which is the Scourge, and maybe the Potency thing if I use that one again. It's 30% life per second. So these are all really good. Especially since I have kind of a mixed build, I'm trying to get a taste of everything with Spiritborn. This one's probably the best. I mean, we still have two other ones to look at, but... Yeah, so if you cast a skill that's of a different base spirit, it'll swap the bonus. And increases core stats by 75% for 7 seconds each time you swap. And then I guess if you don't swap, it'll just... Like those other bonuses that are at the top, that just stays permanently until you use a skill of another spirit. That's crazy good. Really good. Because I can use Vortex whenever I want 30% increased movement speed whenever I'm running around. And yeah, using my basic and core skill is just going to increase attack speed. It's just going to be really good. Okay. Prodigy's tempo. Why does this look like there's a space there between M and P on tempo? It's almost like it should say typo, not tempo. Every third consecutive cast of the same basic skill increases all purchased skills ranks by 4 for 5 seconds. Huh. Every third consecutive cast of the same core or potency skill reduces all skills active cooldowns by 10%, increased by 2 each of their skill ranks. Okay, so I'm thinking some crazy things right now because of the basic skill I have. Like it's literally a part of my build that the basic attack I have, the third cast, will keep going as long as I hold it down. It will keep doing the third cast over and over again. So this increases all skills ranks by 4 for 5 seconds. If that also includes your basic, I'm assuming it can't stack. So that 5 seconds probably does not stack. If it can stack, even within the 5 seconds, I mean, that would be insane. My basic would be like doing an ultimate. I doubt that's how it works. That seems too good. So I don't think this Prodigy's tempo is actually as good as it sounds. Probably because it doesn't stack. Nauseous Resonance. Critical strikes cause your poisoning on an enemy to burst, dealing 100% of the total poisoning instantly, 20% of its surrounding enemies. Removes the poison effect from the primary target. Damage increased by 30% of your critical strike damage bonus. Okay, definitely not going to go with that one. It seems cool, but this one's the best for sure. Adaptive stances. Because I have at least one skill of every spirit, this is definitely the best. Alright, only 1 point we can do there. That's our key passive. So we have 6 points, which I think we're going to put into... Well, we're going to put it into a potency skill. I just need to decide which one I want to try. Because I was using the Death Touch, but I actually was kind of thinking of changing that to something else. We might have some better options. Okay, this Patient Guard I might refund some points on it, just so we have points to kind of upgrade other things. I don't. Let's choose a potency first, and then we'll see what I have. Vehemence. I don't even know how to pronounce that word. Potency skills deal 10% increased damage, but have increased cooldown. It's only 5%. Resilient. Casting a Gorilla skill grants 5% increased maximum life. I already have so much defense stuff with the Gorilla ultimate, so we don't need that. Eagle skill damage is increased by movement speed. Hitting enemies with Jaguar skills increases the damage that... Yeah, we want this one. I want this passive maxed out. Furnace. I don't know about Furnace, but I want Potent maxed out. Which means we're going to need to refund some points. Auspicious is pretty good. I'll refund like 2 of these Patient Guards ones. Yeah, because this is one of those ones that's better to just have 1 point in and not 3. Because the 10% block chance is just kind of... You just need 1 point for that. It's the other thing that goes up as you upgrade it, and it's kind of a small bonus. Okay, so like I said, I had the Touch of Death, but I think I would like to try something else. So we could go with a 3rd Jaguar skill, which means I would have 1 Eagle, 1 Centipede, 1 Gorilla, and then 3 Jaguar. So, mixed build, but Jaguar main, obviously. Rushing Claw. Slash a short distance through an enemy, striking all enemies along the way twice. Okay, that seems good. Razor Wings. Whirl out a cluster of sharp, razor-sharp feathers that rebound back. Okay, it doesn't seem as good as the Rushing Claw. This just sounds better and it does more damage, so... What about the Gorilla Payback? Smash enemies in front of you, which does quite a bit of damage. When attacked, 35% chance to reduce Payback's active cooldown. That's kind of cool, because you can reduce the cooldown and stuff. I'm gonna go with the Jaguar one. I think I definitely like the fire Jaguar build. So we can max out Russian Claw. I want to make sure each of my 6 main skills are maxed, so... Now, I'm out of points, but we're going to refund some passives that I dumped 3 into. So we've got 1 there for the key passive. This ultimate is maxed. 1 point there, 3 here, 1 there. Okay, we've got 3 points on that, but none on that. So I need 2 points, basically, so that we can get the other bonuses on Russian Claw. These are always, like, the best things to put your skill points into. These, like, 1 point upgrades to your skills. Always the best. So what do we want to refund? Got Scourge maxed out. Yeah, I think the Auspicious is going to be good because the barrier works with, I think it was Vortex. Yeah, like this does so much, like this attack is really good. It basically one-shots small enemies already, and now it's going to be doing like way more damage, plus knocking big guys down, I assume. So that's just really good. This passive, that's not really one that I want to de-upgrade, but I think we have to. Because I want to keep all the other skills maxed out. So yeah, I have 3 in that passive. 1 and 3 there. What else do we have? 1, 3, and 1 here. Okay, maybe I don't need this. I don't know. I don't know how good the Supremacy is. I feel like I should have that a little bit to at least get some of the Supremacy. Okay, yeah, I'll refund the 2 points from the follow through, which this will make my basic a little bit worse, but it's okay. We still have 1 point in it, so we're still getting a slight bonus there. We want these last 2 points for my Russian Claw. Enhanced Russian Claw. Enemies hit by Russian Claw take 20% increased damage from Russian Claw, up to 100%. Which, Russian Claw, it said it hits them multiple times, right? So that's very good. Invasive Russian Claw. Using Russian Claw's last charge will refill... Oh, you have charges of it. Okay, yeah, that's good. Using the last charge will refill 4 charges by consuming 4 stacks of Ferocity, which we have... That's a part of our build. Yeah, it's per Ferocity. So I think I have other ways to get Ferocity. This would also be gaining stuff per Ferocity, but... This is certainly better. Russian Claw now has 12 max. What the hell? 12 max charges? Casting, it consumes all charges to increase its damage by 50% per charge, and it hits a larger area. Whoa, so... Okay, so you're not able to use it 12 times fast. But if you let it charge up to 12, and then you use it, it's going to do like a monster amount of damage. And then the assumption is like it's like the longer you wait for the charges to build up, the more damage it's going to do. So you're not going to be able to spam it. You're not going to be able to spam the Russian Claw, which is maybe not as good for this. Enemies hit by Russian Claw take 20% increased damage from Russian Claw, up to 100%. So I wonder how fast those... I want to try this one. This poised Russian Claw sounds like it would be insane. This one seems cool, but at the end of the day, I don't know how much ferocity we have, really. So if I have a lot of ferocity, I mean, I could just spam it with this, but this is more like you just let it charge up and then do one big attack, which I usually prefer doing that for the non-basic or core skills. But yeah, this. So I'm hoping that it doesn't say there's a time limit on this, so I'm assuming you hit... If an enemy's been hit with Russian Claw once, it's like they just have that 20% increase until they die. It's as long as they're still alive, they're going to be taking more damage from Russian Claw. And I guess the max was if you hit them 5 times with it, it would be 100%. So if I'm fighting a boss, and I've been able to hit them with 5 of these at like 1 charge, then I let it charge up to 12. And then I do the 12 hit, which is, you know, it's going to be 11, 50% increase times 11. Which is like, I'm not even doing the math. And then times that by 2, because 100% increase. It'd be insane. You'd probably one-shot a boss with that. So yeah, let's go with this. Poised Russian Claw. Alright, so half of these upgrades that I just did right now, I didn't even have before on the original build. But because I accidentally took the welcome back bonus last stream, we now have to do this. I think it was just better to spend all the points now anyways. Had, how many was it? 56. 56 points now spent. A few passives. I've maxed out every skill that we have, 1 of each category. 3 jaguar, 1 gorilla, 1 eagle, 1 centipede. And yeah, we have a lot of stuff to test out, but overall, based on the wording of things, which this game is very good with the wording and showing you the numbers, so I think it sounds good. I mean, I hope it's going to be good. If I feel like things could be a lot better, then I'll maybe change the build a bit, but we're going to stick with that tonight. I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be crazy, actually. Also, I just noticed that my dexterity is so high compared to strength, intelligence, and willpower. How do I, like, even those out more? I don't know, maybe it's just better to just have, like, a lot more dexterity on Spiritborn. I think that's the least, like, balanced out of all the classes. Because I know each class seemed to be better at certain things. Barbarian had a lot of strength. Sorcerer and Necromancer had a lot of intelligence. Rogue had dexterity, and Druid had willpower. But Spiritborn has so much dexterity compared to everything else. My life and my attack power are a little more balanced with the armor now. Before we did the level 50 thing on my original build, my armor seemed really high compared to attack power and life, but now they're a little closer, so it's better. Alright, I think we're good to go. So, just spent like half an hour doing that, but that's the new build. The new Spiritborn build. Very much based on, you know, my original one that I was using before. Just heavily enhanced. So I'm not going to be streaming too much longer or anything because I had to go and do all that. But obviously we're going to go test out the build. We'll go do probably not even a main mission. I'll probably do like a side quest. We'll go do a side quest and we'll just like destroy a bunch of enemies. I'll try to find something high intensity maybe. We'll see. We'll find a good way to test things out. Before we do that, I just need to reassign what buttons and skills are. Because the defaults are really weird. I definitely have a preference for these. Skill assignment. Yeah, so my basic I had as R2. Where's the basic at now? This is for... Is that for square? Yeah, Thrash is the basic. I want that R2. Okay, the core I had is L2, I believe. Yeah, Rake. Rake was L2. Okay, Vortex I think I had as X. So I would use Vortex by accident a lot sometimes because you press X to interact with stuff. But with my key passive, now I'm getting a speed boost from Vortex, which means I'm going to be wanting to use Vortex all the time out of combat anyways. So I'm fine with Vortex remaining in the X spot and accidentally casting it. Scourge I had for square, I think. Okay, Russian Claw is going to be R1. So yeah, R2, L2, R1 are going to be my Jaguar skills. X for Vortex, square for Scourge, and then the ultimate is going to be triangle. I feel like triangle should always be the button for ultimates, you know? I don't know why, no particular reason. And obviously there's no skill assigned to circle, because that is how you dash. Alright, that looks good. So yeah, I think the alignment there is the same as my old build had it. The only new skill that I have, like the only new like base skill that we have here, is the Russian Claw instead of the Touch of Death, which I also had for R1. So that's going to be the only difference. I'll have to get used to that. The rest of it is going to be the same, just way better because we have all these new passives and all these upgrades. Everything is maxed out. So everything is just going to do ridiculous damage. It looks like it also automatically upgraded my potion. I can tell just by the symbol that my potion is way stronger now. So what did it put my potion to? Yeah, I think I only had it at the minor healing potion before. So we got not just the light healing potion, not just the moderate, we got the strong healing potion. Once you go to level 60 and you start earning Paragon points, then you can get the greater healing potion. Okay. And I have 9 of those. I think the count was 9 before as well. I don't know if that changes actually. Alright, I think we're good to go. Let's go test all this stuff out. I mean, there's a lot of new stuff going on. But we'll figure it out. Actually, I think there's a dungeon side quest sort of thing right here. Ominous Cellar. We can do this. After we do this, if I remember, we'll go look at the new event thing as well in Reliquaries. We'll look at that before I end stream. As long as I remember. First, it's time for us to start killing stuff.
Keep walking before I...
Oh, it's you. Thank goodness. The sister is in the cellar. Come quickly. And thank you for trying to save my poor Vasek. I know you tried your best.
Okay, so this is a part of a chain of side quests that I have been doing in Kyoto Shed. This might be the finale. I'm not sure. I've done all this before, but not in a long time. Obviously, when I originally went through with this, it was like a year ago. Alright. Let's see what we got here. So this is a quest line all about like kind of like the icy demons, which I forgot what they're called because there's different kinds of demons in this game. So the kind of like blue or white ones, they use like ice magic instead of fire or whatever, and I forgot what they're called. But basically they've been possessing people in Kyovashad, and people keep dying and giant ice demons keep spawning, so yeah, it's getting a little out of hand. Rest to you, welcome to the stream. Okay, looks like we got Petter here. Why so much secrecy? I'm not gonna bother doing all the dialogue. Have you been taking care of her? So this is Octavia, right? Yes, Sister Octavia, who was kind of doing the exorcisms before. Now I guess we're gonna exorcise her. 'Cause she got possessed too.
I knew you would. Don't have much time. You need to perform blood rites. Exorcise. Demon. I cannot. You need my prayer book, but Chalice is lost. Need to get new one.
Where?
Margrave. Matvey. He is Chalice keeper. Be wary. He is suspicious. You may need to deceive. Please. Hurry.
Okay, Octavia wants me to go to Margrave, which is another town, same region, but I mean, I can fast travel there, but if I hadn't been there already, it would be a bit of a hike. So I guess we come back to this. We'll see. If it's simply just going to, you know, Margrave and then just getting a chalice from this priest, Madvi, just from lying to him, then it won't take long and we'll come back and deal with this. But there might be other stuff on the way, I don't know. We'll avoid any sort of like, just kind of like unnecessary on the way combat just by fast traveling. But obviously we need to get some combat in tonight. I got the whole new build thing going on. We gotta test out the new skills. That is gonna be mandatory. Alright, which one's Margrave? Here. First guess. There's a thing here. Faith in blood. Speak with Priest Madvi. So I'm pretty sure Margrave is where they burn people, like, a lot. It just seems like the whole town is obsessed with just burning anyone that they think is, like, possessed or sinful in any way. And I'm pretty sure Priest Madvi is the guy that's, like, in charge of it, so... Octavia was saying I needed to deceive him to get the chalice. I guess if he thinks someone's possessed, then he thinks they're already lost, and they should just be burned immediately. Perhaps. Anyways, Madvi will be right here. Where's the priest? Here he is. He's in the same spot. He's still sitting at this pyre where they burn people.
Who are you? Dedicated their lives to worship may touch the holy implements.
I am on a solemn task from the Reverend Mother Prava herself. Shall I tell her you are unwilling to fulfill her request?
Please, forgive me. It is so rare to hear any news from Kyovashad, let alone from the Reverend Mother herself. I am honored. Here. It will need to be consecrated first, of course. anointed in the blood of sinners. There are deserving brigands skulking in the caves to the east.
Fill the silver chalice with banded blood. Alright. We have some targets to test out my new upgraded skills on. Let's go kill a bunch of bandits and fill this silver chalice with blood. Because what else could be so holy, right? Alright, that's not too far. I'll go on the horse though. Let me get the horse out here. I'll just go straight to where it wants me. I like how fast like mounts are in this game. Like most of the time it seems like you don't even need to sprint. Unless you're going like super far, you don't even need to sprint. We're already here. Like you move so fast. Oh, I'm gonna have to get off here because we need to go up or something. Alright. So we're doing combat at level 50, which yeah. Okay, the enemies definitely scale with you, because if these were still like level 24 enemies, like everything would get one-shotted by even just one basic, I think. So the enemies scale with you, but overall, how I've scaled and how the enemies have scaled, obviously I'm a lot better. So overall, things feel very nice. So these are bandits, I guess they don't count. Oh, they do count actually. Yeah, this is just a whole general area, I forgot. I thought there was a specific thing that I needed to get to. I forgot that this whole cave is just filled with bandits, and any of them, as long as they're in the blue area on the map, then it's good enough. I feel like I've only killed a few, but the bar is already almost full. I guess the bats don't count. I don't know. I've already filled the chalice. I want to do more combat, man. I want to test out more of this stuff. I've only really been using the basic and the core so far, and they're both slaying everything. We gotta try out that new ability as well, which has the 12 charges right now. So I mean, I want to try it on like a mini boss. Just watch it like one-shot them. We gotta try that. So it's gonna do the 12 charges all at once on the the thrusting slash or whatever it's called. It's the potency skill. Alright, back on horse. Guess I've killed enough bandits. Got a bunch of bats here. Let's kill them too, why not? So it doesn't look like I'm gaining any XP, but I don't know. Like, how do you get to level 60 and get to the Paragon points? Because I kind of forgot how that happens. I feel like there's something I need to do for that. It's not just going to happen on its own. I feel like I may need to do something to actually reach level 60 or whatever. This gear is quite bad. Because yeah, now that we are just shot to level 50, I'd like to know like how to continue leveling. Rusty says haven't really played this new Diablo. You mean Diablo 4 in general, or Diablo 4 since changes? Because as far as I know, this game's actually been through a lot of changes since release, which was 2 years ago now, because we have the 2-year anniversary event. I got this game 1 year ago, and I was grinding the hell out of this game, like literally like exactly a year ago. And during summer I kind of really slowed down. And then I didn't play this game for months until I bought the DLC just a few months ago. And yeah, just the last month or two I started streaming this again. And I haven't done that many streams on it since I've come back. Stuff has changed. Rusty said, in general. So you have played Diablo 4, but not a lot of it? Yeah, I did know a lot more about this game a year ago than I do now. I feel like I'm kind of a noob again. In a way, it's different than like being a full-on noob. It's like being it's like a rusty noob or whatever. I'm just rusted. I've partially forgot what I'm doing. Rusty says, nah, I ain't played 4 at all. Oh, you haven't played any of Diablo 4 at all? I thought you told me that you played it, like, maybe a week or two ago when I was streaming it. I think I remember you said that you used to grind Diablo 2 or whatever, but 3 sucks. 2 is one of the goods. 1 was my first Diablo. Yeah, I haven't played any of the first 3, but I've heard all of them are good. I think there's people that like all the Diablo games. But yeah, Diablo 4 is my first. Technically, I've played Diablo Immortal as well, which actually is a very good mobile MMORPG game. The only thing is that Diablo Immortal on my phone literally takes like, I don't know, 30 gigabytes. For a phone game, that is absolutely ridiculous. It's blasphemy. My iPhone 11 cannot handle it. I don't have enough space. So, my mom has been talking for like, I don't know, a year now about upgrading our family phone plan or whatever. Rusty said Canadian might be. Let me lean forward a bit. That usually seems to help when I'm talking. You let me know if the mic's better. But, yeah, my mom's been talking about upgrading like our family phone plan or whatever. So I might be evolving from an iPhone 11 to an iPhone like 14 soon. Which then I'd probably be able to play Diablo Immortal again on my phone. Which I did download it on my my laptop. Because I have, you know, Blizzard Battlelord or whatever they call it. So I've played some Diablo Immortal on my laptop, but I liked it on my phone. It just takes way too much space. So besides Diablo Immortal, Diablo 4 is it's my only main Diablo that I've played. And yeah, it says Paragon level 60 here, so I guess you don't start getting Paragon points until you're level 60. I just don't know how to actually get to level 60. And I know I had my other characters at level 60, at least my Barbarian. I think I had him at level 60 or maybe even 70. But on the home page, it was showing all of my other classes as level 50. And then there's some new like general thing, which I have at 113. That's got to be like a realm level or something. I'll have to look it up. Like after tonight's stream, I'll literally have to like look it up. How do you get to level 60? Because the XP bar isn't climbing anymore, so... Yeah, I don't remember. There's got to be something specific that you do, probably. A specific way to get XP to go towards level 60, and then you unlock Paragon points, which you can start, you know, getting skills again. But it's all passive stuff, I think. It's nothing like the main track, which I've now spent all my points on. I don't know. Rusty said iPhone sucks. iPad, however, is awesome. Use it every day for Procreate. Procreate. Is that an art thing? Because you said you're drawing stuff like every day, right? Like practice for tattooing. I still have an iPad. I have an iPad 2 mini, but I haven't used it in like a year or two now. I used to actually always use my iPad instead of my phone for reading chat. But my iPad 2 mini is now so old that it can't even run. It can't even run YouTube. Like I can't update my iPad 2 to a high enough iOS software where it can actually run the YouTube app anymore. And that was really all I used my iPad for at this point, so... I've had that iPad for like almost 10 years, but the last year or two I've barely used it because everything I can do on my iPad I can do on my phone, and my phone is newer, so it's just better. But yeah, I did love my iPad when I used it. And obviously we had a family iPad too, going back to when I was like 7. I think I was like 6 or 7 when my mom got like the original like iPad 2, like the big one. And you know, that was before I had a PlayStation, that was before I had a phone, it was before I even had an iPod. That was like my first time like really getting into gaming. Well, technically my first time getting into gaming was Plants vs. Zombies on her laptop. An old like HP laptop. But yeah, like 2011 iPad, that's where things started getting serious. Here we are now. Anyways. Okay. So I filled up this chalice with blood. We're gonna bring this to Madvi, and then he's gonna consecrate it. And then we're gonna go back to Kyovashad. But I have been streaming for a while now, so we're probably not gonna move on to the next thing yet. But we at least got to test out the skills there. Maybe I'll go back out in the wild so we can test out some of the other stuff. I want to try using my my potency skill. So I won't even do it as a part of a quest. We'll just find somewhere where like a bunch of enemies are spawning.
Now, take a piece of the burning wood from this holy pyre and place it in the blood. And do stand back.
Place a piece of pyre wood in the blood-filled chalice. This feels like more of a demonic ritual than a holy ritual, but whatever, bro. Whatever the priest says. Yeah, smoldering pyrewood.
Excellent. The Reverend Mother was wise to choose you for this task. The chalice is now ready for her. And please, do give her my most respectful regards.
Alright, so we successfully deceived the priest, and now we're going back to Kavera's home, which is in Kyovashad, and that's where Octavia is going to be. So like I said, we're not going to continue with that, because it might go into like a full thing. I'm not sure. I don't remember. Yeah, usually that led to a, you know, a dungeon and stuff, or at least like a boss fight. And I am going to end the stream soon, but I do want to look at the event stuff, the new stuff in Reliquaries, and I want to test out some of the skills a little bit more. What quest do I have here? Light the ritual brazier, the cleansing flame. Where do I think a lot of enemies are going to be at? I don't know. Usually for side quests, like they do have a bunch of enemies spawning, so we can try just going over here. The cleansing flame. And maybe there'll be like some bigger enemies spawning there that we can test out stuff out on. Also, it looks like I have more rewards for region progress. So this is mostly bonus XP and like a little bit of gold. So bonus XP, is that going into anything? Because I'm level 50 now? Is that going into anything at all? Anyways, let me get back on the horse. Let's go and test out the skills just a little bit more, and then we'll take a look at the event stuff before we head off. And then yeah, next Thursday night we should be continuing with more Diablo 4. And overall, I'm still upset that, you know, last stream I accidentally went straight from level 24 to like level 50 with that bonus thing. But I think I'll get used to it. It's not actually... The only difference is that I'm not doing the main leveling with my character anymore. Like he's now like maxed out for the main 50 levels. So we're not progressively going through with the skills and stuff, which is what I was trying to do. But it's whatever. We're still going through the story in order. It didn't change my progress on any of the story or missions or anything, so that's all the same. And there's still a lot more that we can build on. Obviously, I haven't tempered any of the gear or anything yet. There's still a lot to be done, so that's good. All right, let's light this brazier. I'm hoping this will spawn more enemies, because the guys that were guarding this thing were... I mean, there was, what, 10 of them? That's not a lot. Hopefully this will attract more attention. Yep. Storm wards. We got some of these guys. Let's do the R1 ability here. Yeah. I knew that was just gonna completely one-shot them. Just insane damage. I should have saved it for this guy. We're still killing him pretty quickly. Oh wow, look at this. It's got the ultimate in here. Oh wow. Yeah, the ultimate is so good now too. Crazy. Did I just one-shot both of the vampire guys? I may have. Whoa. Yeah, I have some new stuff going on that is like absolutely insane. Since when does Scourge just like completely one-shot an enemy like that? It's normally more like a defensive, you know, it's considered a defensive skill. I'm pretty sure it just one-shot that elite enemy. Okay, I think I barely got to try everything there. We tried the alt. I got my new potency skill, which actually it charges very slowly, but it does 4 at a time each time its cooldown ends or whatever. So it does that 3 times to 12, and that's max damage. Obviously, the basic and the rake core skill are both amazing. I also still really like the Vortex and the Scourge, and yeah, I didn't even get to combo those, but I was comboing it before. Now it's going to be even more insane. It's just... yeah. As much as I'm disappointed that we're not going through this game from scratch anymore, there's also a part of me that's more excited, because this reminds me kind of how this game was for me, you know, a year ago when I was really grinding this. I was playing this game like several hours every day off camera, and I was streaming it too. But yeah, this is more what I'm used to in Diablo. I'm used to just killing a bunch of monsters and just killing everything. Why is the Scourge ability so good, bro? That's a defensive skill, but it's one-shotting enemies. Before it was barely doing like any damage at all. I was just one-shotting everyone. That's not even what it's supposed to be used for. It puts a status effect on them that makes them run away from you. They get like scared or whatever, and it poisons them. It's not meant to be you know, a damage dealer, but it is now. Oh yeah. Yeah, I almost always have barrier now because I have like this passive barrier thing building, so my Vortex is always going to have that knockdown effect now, which is awesome for the big guys that it doesn't one-shot. And it's also doing increased damage. But Scourge is doing more damage than the Vortex now, which is really crazy, I feel like. Oh yeah, whatever we just did, that was another thing that Priest Madvi had like instructed me to do. That was like another one of his side quests, unrelated to the one we were doing earlier with the Chalice. So this is something else. Hopefully Priest Mavi is also impressed that I have lit his brazier. I have lit the old brazier.
So you have. I can smell it from here. I wish I could have seen the flames dance. The light shines through you, Wanderer.
Okay, thanks. Oh, we actually are getting XP. It's just building very slowly. Doing early game side quests like this gives me like, you know, less than 10% of one level, but you know, we'll get there. As long as we're still making XP. So that means very slowly. Eventually I'll hit level 51, which I'm not sure why my barbarian and my other classes have gone back to level 50. Because I swear my barbarian was like level 60 or maybe even higher than that. So maybe like at the end of this season or something, it takes all of like your extra levels past 50 and that goes into like that 113 or whatever. I don't know. I'm trying to think of ideas here. There's a lot of stuff about this game that confuses me. I should do more research in between streams. Because I'm simply too rusty. And all this stuff is not good enough. We have a murmuring cache. Oh, I can't even pick up the murmuring obols. I'm maxed out. Alright. Well, I think that's enough gameplay for tonight. We definitely got to at least slightly test everything out there. Seems crazy. I mean, seems really cool. Next week, we'll definitely get into a lot more combat and stuff. Go crazy with the skills. Maybe try to challenge myself. Fight some harder enemies, and maybe I'll even put the difficulty back up again now that everything's just feels insane. I don't know. We'll see. Rusty said I was like 19 or 20 when iPad came out. When the first iPad came out, I was probably like a baby. Did the first gen iPad come out before the iPhone? That I'm not sure. I know the iPod technically came out before the iPhone, but it was different. It was like just for music or whatever. So, the first gen iPad maybe came out after the first iPad. Rusty said, campaign gets you to 40. Rest of the way legions, realm walkers, tide maidens get you to 60 into pits. Really very on. It's directly from Reddit. Oh, Rusty said mic. Is it better? I was reading out your message that you copied from Reddit about level. Yeah, I was saying a minute ago how I can actually see the XP just very, very slowly building up to 50. So I guess there isn't a special way to level up. Rusty said no, not better? Since when does Canadian mic ever last that long? There. Surely it's better now. Alright, now it's good. See, yeah, I don't know. There's something about my headset, the strain on the cord that does something to the mic. And it seems like whenever I put my controller down on the chair and it's not on my leg, basically if the cord isn't touching me, or if I'm leaning forward and the cord has like a bunch of slack like this, and then it doesn't do what you call the snowstorm. Worst snowstorm yet. Okay, yeah, I don't know. I'm not happy about that. I don't know why my headset has to suck now. It was so good for so long. These are the HyperX Cloud 2s, which I know a lot of like other like big YouTubers actually still wear this headset. And it came out a long time ago. Like I got this headset in 2019. HyperX Cloud 2s. They were recommended to me by a Best Buy employee because I was looking for a headset that was durable and high quality and not, you know, ridiculously expensive either. Yeah, the supports like in the, you know, in the headphones are metal, so it's like it's never gonna snap or anything. The headset that I had before these ones were plastic and they literally cracked. Like the support just kind of snapped and the cord started coming out and everything, and it was a nightmare. But these ones have been perfect up until now with this new Canadian Mic 2 thing. Anyways, I'm about to end stream. There's one more thing we're gonna check tonight before we head out. One more thing we're gonna check. And that's gonna be the new event stuff that's going on in the reliquaries, which there might not be much to look at here this year. Obviously last week we still had that Berserk event going, but now it is the 2nd anniversary. Whoa, I can use regular coins for this stuff? So I can buy all of this right now. It's all cheap as well. Like I have 40 million across all my characters because now my Spiritborn has joined my original classes on their realm or whatever. Like 40k is nothing for me. That's 1,000th of how much money I have. Sunflame Lantern, Burning Dawn Banner, Sunraiser, that's a cool cosmetic sword. Sunflame Sword, that's a two-handed sword. Burning Barbs, it's a pole arm, it's a trident. Oh, this is so cool, bro. Burning Dawn Bow, and the Burning Dawn Mount Armor. Yeah, this is pretty cool. Definitely looks more like stuff that, you know, you'd earn like through an event rather than stuff, you know, like the really cool looking stuff that you have to spend real money on for platinum or whatever. But this is cool. The fact that you can just buy all this event stuff with regular gold. I can just buy all this right now. Let's just buy it all right now. Yeah. Like this barely even puts a dent in how much gold I have. Yeah, dope. Let's just get all of it and then I'll get the reliquary reward as well. This is definitely a much more eventful event for me than the last one, the Berserk event. I wasn't even able to get one thing because I wasn't earning enough of the special currency or whatever. But since I can use normal gold on this, we can just get all this stuff. It's basically free. Just get all of it. All that in total, what was it? Like 200k? Pretty much nothing. And now since I've unlocked everything else, this is how reliquaries works. This is my first time actually filling out a reliquary. We get the final reward, which is the Burning Dawn Mount Armor. That looks pretty cool. There we go, 7 of 7. We finished the set. 11 days left, so this lasts for I guess like 2 weeks. But yeah, that's cool. Happy 2nd anniversary to Diablo 4. They just gave me a bunch of cheap stuff, so I am impressed with that. We got some new cool cosmetics, which I might have to actually look at, you know, in the near future. Maybe we'll recustomize some stuff. I like the swords and stuff. Unfortunately, I can't use swords with Spiritborn. That's unfortunate. I can use polearms though, so I could maybe use that like satanic trident that I got. Whatever that one was called. Alright, and that is it. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream tonight on Diablo 4. And yeah, I'll see you guys all next time. Goodbye.